And here we go.
And they're off.
Oh, there's a big start hook shot right in the sanctuary. Meanwhile, Mr. grabs some green goo. That should be nice for a quick bottle or sick kid check early. And Zaphod's gonna go straight for Houlihan.
Wow, hookshot right off the bat, right out of Sanctuary. Dang, that's pretty good. Hookshot is just one of those really nice items to have early for movement tech, defense against the dark arts, such as other enemies, yeah, you know, one of those required items at some point in the race.
Meanwhile, Elminster's loaded on bombs. He got an 8 bomb drop, and then the tree pulls bombs. It's going to mitigate a little bit of Zaphod's early advantage here by going through the Houlihan. So we've got Zaphod coming out as Elminster goes through the escape, or through the well. Zaphod is going to get... Oh, he's checking the Zora ledge quick, and he's going to go have some bombs here.
Elminster getting his hook shot now. So yeah, pretty standard route. Everybody going to be heading over to Kakariko. We got a lot of overworld stuff we got to check out first. I like the use of the Lake Hylia bomb shop. I've been using that one a lot lately. But sometimes I'll do something even crazier, such as taking it all the way over to Eastern Palace.
Yeah. So Elminster grabs some gloves, so he's checking the back of Escape right away.
What do we find? We find a dungeon map to Hyrule Castle, how vanilla. Small key to pod, and the Quake Medallion.
Quake could be useful. We'll have to see if that comes into play.
Yeah, you never know if it's the required medallion that you need for Meyer and or T-Rock. And at the same time, it can be a useful tool in certain scenarios.
Yep, absolutely. Zaphod missed the block clip, so he's going to have to come back in here, but he empties his dam anyway. Just a soggy map.
Yeah, that's some good information right out the gate. And the boots!
Oh, the ad is big to find this early. I mean, Elminster probably won't be too far behind on those, but every second you have those boots above your opponent is an advantage.
Less than 3-minute boots. Oof. Kind of jealous. I like it.
Just a 20 and then Lumberjack. No AGA necessarily required for that.
Zaphod taking advantage of the bush crab to get some more magic. Might as well fill that up now. We don't really have any magic tools yet. We have that Quake Medallion, but can't use that yet until we find a sword. But opting to use the hook shot to clear these mini Molderns. Grabbing a big 20 as well. Still looking for more rupees, so good call.
Mini Moldorm Cave having a bunch of rupees, but not really anything for progression beyond 1 key.
And a not very useful key. Misery Mire is not one that you really look forward to.
I like to get 1 because it helps with routing, but after the first, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. I mean, with that, they'd be able to route, you know, you go left first instead of the normal route of going to, like, the bridge and all that stuff, the spike room.
Yeah, which helps Misery Mire be a little quicker, but it's not... Beyond that first one, you don't really need it.
Yeah, we're going to get our first look at not only Ice Rock Cave, but also Blind's basement. Just finding a blue rupee, nothing too valuable, and opting to not run back and do any of the fake flipper shenanigans. And we got a big key to Turtle Rock. A map to Misery Mire, some more bombs, and the silvers. That is a good find.
Yep, not going to have Silverless Ganon today. So, some good value in blind set. Let's have to see as Kakariko goes. Zaphod's going to elect to check bonk areas first.
Oh, that's a good one to find. That Thieves Town small key is just going to allow you to check one more chest in Thieves Town, but we've seen so many seeds come down to that chest being something valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. It just weighs on your mind if you can't get that chest, whether you left behind something or not.
Yeah, and you never want to have to go back to get that chest. It's pretty obnoxious.
Elminster has found a second bottle already. Well, I think our second pod key, and that's about it down there.
So other than gloves, hookshot, you know, with gloves and hookshot, I'm kind of getting a feeling that we're going to find maybe like a lamp. You could even see like a lamp on the library or something to send him up to Death Mountain.
Yep, very possible. Lamp or flute. Flute would always be nice, though lamp is a little, probably more likely.
Another small key in the chicken house. Just at Ganon's tower. Not really that useful at this moment. If there's any small keys they want to be looking for right now, it'd be... Gosh, what would it be? What would be some useful ones to have right at this very moment?
Maybe Hera? Desert, potentially? Oh, there's a Titan Smith, though.
Straight from the sick kid's mouth.
So we're...
Fortunately, both players have the bottle, so they'll both be able to get that in their first trip to Kakariko.
So we're a Moon Pearl away from Dark World access already. And actually, Zaphod's not grabbed either of those gloves yet. He'll get the Power Glove here, and then it depends on when he goes to the uncle to find his other glove.
Oh, and there's a big key on the library, so Elminster will not be able to get that one. We'll have to wait and see when Zaphod gets it. But let's go check out what's in the maze race right now. It's a key. Aw. That's why a lot of times players, especially in this Keysanity mode, if they're routing from the north side of Kakariko, they'll just go ahead and go through and do maze race instead of checking it first.
Yeah, absolutely. In Keysanity, there's so much that could be valuable there. You might as well just go through the race. More often than not, it's going to pay off for you.
Curious to find out what this key goes to. It's a key to Trash Palace. Oh, Mystery Mire. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got 2 pod keys, 2 Mire keys, 1 GT small key. Do we only have 1? Oh, we had 2.
Anyway. I think I've only got 1 so far.
Okay. Elminster going to be getting his boots relatively soon, and he's going to be wondering, ah, man, I gotta go back to the library and get that big key. I'd be interested to see if it turns out to be a big key to, like, Eastern Palace or something like that.
So this early, actually getting Titan Smiths this early, you almost do have to wonder if that flute's going to come before the lamp and point them to the Maya area.
True. You never know, we could get one of those, like, flute plus mirror to go to get the Moon Pearl out of Checkerboard Cave.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at what they've got so far. They've gotten a hook shot to get through the entrance. They've got Quake that could be the medallion to go in. They've got Titan's mitts. All they need is a flute and a Moon Pearl.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Keep our fingers crossed. That would make for an interesting beginning to this race.
I actually expect that they will likely do the sequence break and head up to Death Mountain.
Elminster doing a little spin. Not sure what he wants to do. I'm sure he wants to go get that big key from the library, but there's just far more value over here first.
Well, we're going to see from Zaphod in a minute here what that big key is. If it's something, it could be a big advantage, assuming Elminster doesn't go back right away.
Well, we'll be finding out soon. Come on, Eastern. Come on, Hyrule Castle, big key.
Oh, that's big.
that's pretty big. Fortunately for Elminster, you know, not getting that at this moment isn't going to hurt him. As long as he gets it.
Yeah, as long as he remembers to go back and get it, he'll be fine.
Sub 10-minute G-Tower big key, though. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling as a player. That means you know for a fact, unless it's like double dip GT to get the bow or something, that you're going to be go-moding that all of Ganon's tower. And it feels so good.
Yeah, a double dip GT, especially when you get that key early, is cruel. Especially if it sends you up the gauntlet to get an item so you can go back. Well, would that even be possible?
No, because if you're capable, the only time it would be possible is if it was a hookshot scenario.
Yeah,
like go up the gauntlet to get an item, but that would mean that most of like the left side of G Tower doesn't have anything, since left side G Tower requires hookshot at a certain point. It's very unlikely, but
yeah, unlikely, but not impossible, I guess. Looks like Elminster's probably heading back to grab that key.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see. He opted to. Did he check Ice Rock Cave? Did I miss that? No, he did.
He did check Ice Rock Cave.
Okay. So at this point, we still have Hyrule Castle. We've got Sahasrahla Eastern. And you never know. Players could opt to sequence break up to Death Mountain, maybe. But it looks like Zaphod's going to be getting his mitts here shortly.
Yeah, and I like this play from Zaphod. It's been one I've made a little bit more recently, holding on Hyrule Castle until you have a weapon. Though technically, Zaphod doesn't really have a weapon beyond bombs. But with bombs and hookshot, it's easy enough.
Easy, just time consuming.
Oh, now Minster's going to go check King's Tomb right away. King,
some more Zora money.
King buried his life fortune down here.
Alright, so what's the next big play? With Elminster's route, I'd be safe to assume he might be sequence breaking up to Death Mountain.
That's exactly what it looks like he's going to do. Which
unless he has... Oh, he hasn't done Bonk Rocks yet, so he still has to do this one, but we'll see. But we are going to get a Hyrule Castle from Zaphod, and he will be using his hookshot plus bombs tactic going through here, which is doable, just a little slow.
Yeah, and Elminster is heading north. He's most likely going to head up Death Mountain, which I like in this scenario. With hookshot, you've got access to basically 10 locations right now.
There's a good chunk of stuff you can do up there at this point. And if anything, you could find Lamp or Flute, which would give you some more knowledge of what you're required to do to get up to Death Mountain. So sometimes that's not necessarily a bad idea. But interesting, I am of the opinion, though I never follow it because I never follow my own rules, of going to Sahasrahla before going up to Death Mountain. Even if you're sequence breaking. Especially if you're sequence breaking.
Another bottle from the old man.
And a map to Thieves Town.
Yeah. So 13 minutes in, we found 3 bottles. I like these bomb strats from Zaphod as well. He's doing some really nice ones.
Yeah, he's getting the good lineup so that he takes them out pretty quickly and then they knock themselves into the next bomb. Got another map on Spectacle Rock. Anything inside Spectacle Cave? No.
And Elminster elected to save and quit?
Interesting.
Okay, he's going
the
back.
nice thing is he's got that... Oh, okay, he was just saving and quitting to get down here, get some full health, come back.
Oh yeah, with 4 hearts, that's a pretty good move.
Yeah, and there's also the chance that when you drop down, you land right on top of a dead rock and take another heart of damage, so... And you don't want to be going on to the right side with only like half a heart, especially when the Tektites do 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, here we got Paradox Cave. 7 chests in here. Let's see if it pays off.
So we're looking for that Moon Pearl, and if it's... Where is that Moon Pearl? Where could it possibly be?
Well, first 2 chests don't yield anything.
Well, now that we know that nothing's in Hyrule Castle, something's got to be over in the eastern Sahasrahla area. Like, it has to be. I mean, it could be Zora. That could be what we're looking for.
Yeah, Zora's in play since they have gloves.
Ooh, there's a big key to ice.
Oh, Paradox Cave did not pay off.
And we find out from Zaphod that Eastern Palace is one of our pendants, but it's not a green pendant, so we're going to be able to find out what 2 of our pendants are already.
But first, a check in the closet. Oh, there's our Moon Pearl. Wow. And a cape.
Huh. Green pendant belongs to Palace of Darkness. Oh, and there's the bow! Bow on the floating island. Wow.
Okay, so the bow is mirror-locked.
So where the heck is that mirror?
So
well, interesting. With the... So cape doesn't really do anything other than unlocks one chest in Aga Tower. But Zaphod does now have Moon Pearl or Dark World access, but opting to go ahead and pop into Eastern Palace. I mean, he's already over here, so might as well.
Unfortunately, Elminster does not find anything on the east side of Death Mountain, so he's going to have to make that play to the east as well.
Interesting that he opted not to Super Bunny or anything.
He did have that option. It's another sequence break, but there's 2 more chests he could have got.
Unfortunately, Elminster, he looked like he was heading to Eastern, but then he just doubled back to go do Hyrule Castle instead. Which we know is nothing's over here except, I think it was, what, rupees or something?
Yeah, there wasn't much here. So, it's also interesting to note that even though we have Dark World access, Aga's not out of the picture yet. Because if the hammer is on the east side of Dark World, hammer and flippers, Aga could still be required. And that cape kind of keeps it on your mind a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find that lamp and some keys before we can have that dream become real.
Yeah, we still need 4 items before that is even in logic.
But you never know. Crazy things do happen. Small key to Palace of Darkness, so that opens up. That's our 3rd pod key already. Wow.
3rd pod key, so that opens up a lot of chests in pod when they do get to the Dark World, but they can't get to pod just yet. They don't have a way over there.
I guess the one benefit for Elminster, other than getting that big key to Ice Palace, is that knowledge of where that bow is. So as soon as he finds the mirror, he'll be able to go back and get that. Of course, now that we know that you're going to get your Moon Pearl, so mirror is after Moon Pearl.
Meanwhile, Zaphod is doing the dark rooms here. Bit of a sequence break, but it's an easy one. This is probably one of the first sequence breaks you learn as a runner, technically.
Oh, and looks like Elminster is going to be setting up for a Death Warp. I'm going to go check that sewer chest, throwing in a map check as well, just for fun. And Zaphod find a small key to Turtle Rock.
So I have to imagine Zaphod's going to go to the Dark World now, because he's got not much left to check beyond single locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the only way he can go is from the Village of Outcast area, so it'll be interesting to see what he opts to do first in there. He's got a lot of options. I would probably route down all the way to Hype Cave, including a trip into Thieves Town.
Yep, all you need is the big key to Thieves Town. You can full clear it right now. Actually, you also need a weapon you can damage blind with. And I don't think... Yeah, Zaphod doesn't have a weapon you can damage blind with yet.
No, not yet.
Oh, we got two more crystals. Thieves Town and Misery Mire are both crystals.
Elminster in the rope room. It's just one screen away from into the room with the chest. Doing pretty good. Still at 4 hearts.
This will be interesting. If Elminster finds something here, this could give him an advantage.
Yeah, if it's like a sword or something. He's looking for it. Oh, small key to pod. All right. So that's 4 pod keys already that we found.
And Zaphod gets some blue mail in Skull Woods.
Also a good find.
Yeah, this seed, I think it's really pointing you towards Mire and Pod so far. of course, we can't access either yet.
Nope.
And that's our 4th bottle. So we're 20 minutes in and we already know all 4 bottles. Meanwhile, Elminster's going to go pick up his Moon Pearl and Cape.
Yeah, we'll see if he opts to hop into Eastern or go straight to the Dark World. He's probably feeling a little bit behind at this point because of all the extra stuff he's done. Zephod's got to be a little careful here, down to half a heart. Even with Blue Mail, that's still an insta-death.
And he does have that cape if he wants to use it, but looks like he's got it now.
Oh, and Elminster Balin, so this is not going to be too far behind, depending on what he opts to do once he goes into the Dark World.
Oh, Zephod.
No. I think he has a fairy.
Yeah, he has a fairy.
But still, that's lame. What a way to go. Run in and get a Stalfos just walking into you.
And just for a heart piece.
Yeah. Unfortunately. He's waiting for the Wall Master to come grab him. Yeah, nothing really in Skull Woods.
I mean, we got some safeties, but yeah, no progression.
I think we got a pod key, that's about it. So Zephod now, I don't know, it's hard. We've seen so many small keys. To wait and see, get a pause from them to see what they have. Elminster going into Village of Outcasts first. Find a small key to Ice Palace.
Oh, and there's powder on the ledge, so that cape might be needed. I think we got a fetch quest chain going here.
Oh, baby. Now, we still don't have any way to check Batcave yet. It's good to get that one out of the way first. Be nice to find a sword, maybe. That'd be good.
So, Elminster continuing through Village of Outcasts. He's going to check the C-shaped hut. Let's see which way Zephod goes from here.
Oh, there's another map to ice, so we're going to get some more information about that. See if that's our last pendant, or if that's another crystal.
Elminster's not going to give us that info. Or he is.
It is.
It is a crystal.
So we got Eastern Palace and Pod are our 2 pendants. So we're still trying to figure out, we got a few more that we don't know 100% about yet. And I'm going to assume Zephod's going to be hopping into that there Thieves Town very soon as well. So our player's going to be neck and neck. See if Elminster... I would assume Elminster would probably head down to Hype Cave after this.
Yeah, it's even though it's kind of gotten a bad reputation, it's still 5 chests you don't want to leave behind.
Well, Mini Molder Cave was kind of a bust, so there's got to be some value somewhere, right? Got to put him in one of these caves. We're still looking for a dang sword.
Yeah, it's kind of been sparse this early. Even though they've got Dark World access, they don't have a lot else.
Well, Elminster's got to remember, he does have a couple of fairies in bottles, so he's going to be getting a beautiful little revive here, unless he ditched the fairies earlier. Which he did. Good for him.
And Elminster can't go any further, so he bails on Thieves Town for now.
Or maybe that was Zephod that had the fairies. I don't remember what the fairy items, which ones we had already.
We had 2 green potions. I don't know if we had a if Elminster had picked up a fairy. Elminster was about to grab the blacksmith, but remembered he can't bring the blacksmith to the digging game.
See, I thought he was gonna go pick up the other rock and drop down that way instead of running all the way around to get over here. Since you can lift up that one rock and then hop over the fence. But I guess it doesn't really matter. But we are going to get a front tour.
Yeah, just a piece of heart from the digging game. Yep, time for a little world tour with the frog. Unfortunately, the world tour will be abbreviated since no hammer means he can't go beyond Hype Cave, really. Stumpy has a key to Skull Woods.
Well, that'll be convenient for Elminster when he eventually makes his way there, just for routing purposes, but other than that, pretty useless. We are, hopefully, going to be finding out what our Pyramid Fairy crystals are today, which is actually really nice that of the dungeons we have found, like, learned about that are crystals, none of them were 5 or 6, so this is going to be all extra information.
Absolutely, we've only seen blue crystals so far.
Yeah, Thievestown, Ice, and Mire, I think, are all the crystals that we know about. And there's our lamp! All right, our first fire source, too.
Good start. And a sword!
Lamp and sword, good stuff. Alright, well now, all of a sudden, Death Mountain is back in the logic.
Yep, Death Mountain's in logic. Eastern's a little bit more in logic. Unfortunately, there's still not really anything pointing you a specific way yet.
Turtle Rock and Desert Palace are 5 and 6 today. So we're going to be needing a lot of stuff at this point.
So that leaves us with 3 unknown dungeons. Hera, Swamp Palace, and Skull Woods.
Well, if we get a map check from Elminster, we'll know what Hera is, since he did pick up that map. Both of them, I think, picked up the map that was in the bomb hut.
Yeah, it's always a little agony when they have that map. You want them to check it, and they just won't check it for you.
Do it. Do it. If it ends up being dependent, then we know what Swamp and Skull Woods are, too. And it'd be nice, you know, sub 30-minute, having all the knowledge we need about our dungeons.
Yeah, scenes like that are always nice. Alright, what did the blacksmiths have? Yeah, just a 20 for saving them.
Safe out now, picking up their sword and lamp. They haven't been up to Death Mountain, but they had the frog with them, so they're going to be turning that in regardless. But it's like Elminster might be going to make the Skull Woods play, or this might just be a purple chest grab.
Let's see which way he goes. He's
Skull
going
Woods.
north. Yeah, we're running out of locations to check here. We've got the purple chest. What else do we still have to look at?
No hammer, no flippers. First chest of Aga Tower is still on the menu.
That's true. Zora's still in play.
Agana's Cave.
Agana's. Yep.
That Gibdo not giving Elminster the pattern he wanted.
We do, I think also just on chat, we also do have Dark Death Mountain at this point, which is in logic now, and that's 6 chests.
It's a lot of it. Good info. And if we find, like, a mirror or anything, that would send us... Or the hammer. Well, if we got the mirror, then we could get the bow. And then that opens up 2 chests. Well, yeah, we're still looking for a lot of stuff. We don't really have many options, do we?
No, we don't yet. And I think Zaphod's heading north. I wonder if he's gonna... Yeah, it looks like he's gonna make the Death Mountain play, which, by waiting, he can now, like, get basically through 16 chests, or 16 locations, all at once.
Yeah, and we've seen some of them, but excited to find out what is in that Hookshot Cave or Super Bunny Cave, as well as information about T-Rock. Who knows? Maybe we'll find the flute and send us over to the Mire area.
I gotta find some access to a dungeon at some point.
More to be revealed. Elminster waiting for that Wallmaster to give him a hand. I'm assuming he's going to go check Bumper Cave next to go get his Powder, and then we'll probably be joining Zaphod shortly.
So, well, I got a minute. Let's talk about the tournament quick. So this is the final week. We've got 13 people at 4-0. 6 of them will be playing each other, or 12 of them will be playing each other in 6 matchups. 6 of them will automatically advance to the bracket. We're also going to have a tiebreaker race that will put 1 or 2 people also in the bracket. And whether it's 1 or 2 is going to depend on what happens with the other 4-0 person who is placing a 3-1 person, which is that matchup is Andy versus DT, which is going to happen on Wednesday. So there's a lot of action coming up this week.
Yeah, because we did have some amount of dropouts, including people that were at like 2-1 or something. We ended up getting an uneven amount of people sitting at 4-0, which is why we got this interesting matchup of a 4-0 player racing a 3-1, which sets up this interesting situation in case that 4-0 person happens to lose. We'll deal with it Wednesday when we get to that point.
Absolutely, but it's going to make for an interesting week. We've got, like I said, this is the first of basically 7 matchups where a bracket spot could be won right now. So Elminster is electing to go for the purple chest. Meanwhile, Zaphod's clearing up Death Mountain.
Oh man. Be interested to see what this purple chest ends up having.
Yeah,
Worst case scenario is like mirror at purple chest. That one always stinks.
Yeah, if this is something, it could be another big advantage. But it's just a narrow upgrade.
Well, that's a bummer. Alright, so Elminster, pretty much nothing left to do. We'll be heading up here, and you know, he's not going to be too far off from where Zaphod is. So this is still really, really close.
And they both should be hitting Dark Death Mountain at about the same time. I gotta believe Dark Death Mountain's got our answer for where to go next.
Wow, this is back to being neck and neck. Just goes to show you how a bit of a linear seed this is. Now, of course, if and when Zaphod ends up going and checking purple chest, it's gonna, you know,
yeah, that would
turn the tides.
Elminster gets that block clip, makes it look effortless. I can't get that one easily.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Oh, we got
to swamp. Hammer. All right, now with that hammer, what do you do with that? So now we have access to the Peg Caves, Spike Cave. You can get up to Hera now from the Light World. You can check that cave.
If Mirror's in here, I'm going for that bow, and then I'm going straight to pod. There's the flute.
We can also now get to pod area as well, and pyramid, etc., etc. There's a master sword. Wow, hookshot cave really coming through, but no mirror, unfortunately.
So they're gonna have to make another trip up here to get the bow at some point. Yeah. Okay, with that, I might head to the Mire area.
And it looks like Turtle Rock is the Quake medallion, so they do have the medallion that they need to get in there at some point. Particularly once they find a few more small keys and maybe a Canis Mario. But yeah, you just got a bunch of stuff. What the heck do you do now?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see the plays they make. Because there's so many places you can go. Also, quick thank you to Macro Pickle with the Twitch Prime sub. But looks like Zaphod's going to do Spike Cave while he's up here. He's got two green potions he can blow.
Yeah, and get a very convenient fairy drop from one of the bushes. Because he was down to a heart dancing around with those Lionels earlier. So let's see if Spike Cave ends up having something. This could be a different changer, a bit of a game changer right here, right now. But
And Elminster's gonna go check the powder.
ooh, just a compass. Unfortunate. Wow, could you imagine a guy running at like twice the normal human speed, just crashing open your door and then leaving, like instantly? I'd be a little offended if I were the blacksmiths right now.
Yeah.
Like lightning speed, just bust, like that door's gone. It is exploded. It is shattered on the ground.
Yeah. Okay, we got a small key to desert.
Desert, hello.
Which we still don't have access to. We need either the book or the mirror. But I think this seed is pointing him towards Pod.
Well, I think it's pointing him towards Meyer.
I think it's pointing him towards both.
Look at this almost synced up flute action going on. Man, what? Oh, man. I would be so like overwhelmed at this point if I were these runners, just because of how many things you can do right now. It's like, okay, well, they can get to Pod, they can check Pyramid, they can check Catfish, they can run into that woman and alert the guards and get the sweet music playing. You can go check Meyer's shed. If it's Quake, you can go into Meyer because you have the boots to get across. You could sequence break into Ice Palace, but can't do anything further because you don't have bombos or fire rods. So why would anyone do that? There's so many options.
You're gonna overload yourself if you think through these options.
I'm freaking out. Well, it's Quake. Meyer is Quake.
So Meyer is accessible, and you can get 6 chests in there right now.
50 rupees and 10 arrows. So looks like Elminster is going to be going for it.
And I think this is a good move. You got 6 chests you can easily access, and yeah, this you're going to be able to. You're probably going to find something in here.
Yeah, and the nice thing is he does have boots and hookshot. Oh, but no. What is he doing? I guess he didn't feel like it. That's fine.
Okay, fake this out.
He had magic. He had a sword. He could get across. I don't know. That's fine.
No, he's gonna go do the pod play. So he was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do your suggestion. No, never mind. I'm gonna go do JP's instead."
Whatever. I'm not mad. I'm only a little mad. We are gonna see the peg caves from Zaphod right now.
Oh yeah, much
I love
better.
That Luigi hammer dash is so slick. Looks good. It's exactly how I'd imagine him doing it. And the single arrow, beautiful. Well worth the time and effort.
Yeah, who blocks off that cave so elaborately for a single arrow?
Well, I can see his routing now because he wanted to do purple chest anyway, so it made sense to go knock these out at the same time.
Yeah, very true.
Now, Palace of Darkness, Elminster has some amount of keys. Maybe 2.
He's
maybe
got 3
4.
right now.
He's got 3, okay. No mirror, so he's not going to be able to route it as efficiently or effectively. But he can do quite a bit in here, especially if he throws in a hammer jump or whatnot.
Did he just break that pot and not break that pot at the same time?
It's like with the hammer dash, because he hits the switch and breaks the pot at the same time, so the animation just doesn't happen. But it's gone. Believe me, it's not there.
Okay, so Elminster going to the back. Since he used the key on the front door, he's going to need at least 5 to clear this now. Or to clear completely.
Guys, stop freaking out. It's super normal, alright? Just your everyday Link to the Past scenarios. And there is the Cane of Samaria in Agana's Cave. That is huge.
So we just need a big key and we can full clear Meyer right now.
That's also scary because now you can actually get into T-Rock and do a few things in there too. I mean, you only have 1 key, so you can at least make it a chain chomps, but still. And there's the ice rod.
And is Zaphod now going to make the play in the Meyer?
You know, he might.
Did that key...
You never know, because, like, what if the big key to Meyer is in Meyer? These things do happen.
Yep, they happen and they throw you off completely. But I mean, with that cane, you gotta think, you gotta look at your situation and think: is the seed's pointing me towards Meyer?
Well, sometimes the seed points you to a lot of things, so you just kind of have to like wing it. Very good hammer jump from Elminster there, real quick.
Yep. Oh, and he releases a fairy so he can go Death Warp.
Good on him to remember that. A lot of players would forget that. Bomb upgrade, and what else we got in here? Love to see like the Meyer big key like right here for Elminster. Oh, I was so close. I wanted it. Game, why?
You basically had the right area. You just had the wrong world.
Oh, I was so close. But yeah, there's that Desert Palace big key. It's a good find. And Elminster gonna go back in. He's got a couple more things he wants to go check. I think he can only check one more chest. That's gonna be the drop down right here. And then we'll save and quit out, but.
Oh, that is big. So
well, that's huge though. Now he can go do desert.
And Zephyr just got something just as big. He got the Swamp Palace small key.
Ooh, just gotta find those flippers, and he'll have to go find that mirror. That mirror out of Pod though, that's huge. That's a really nice find.
So that does mean Pod is a required double dip.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you had to get the mirror to go get the bow to come back. Now, the question is, I wonder if Elminster, I doubt it, but I wonder if he would immediately go back in and check that bow section on the right side. I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, it's only 2 chests. It's not something you want to route back in right away, though he could route it in if he decided to do an Eastern check as well.
Yeah,
because he's not.
If he finds that Eastern Palace big key somewhere. And we got another map to Desert Palace. Not very exciting. But we are going to get to see a Tower of Hera check here. We only have 2 chests we can check in here, but still, if one of them ends up being something useful, you know, in Keysanity, every chest is worth it, except for that one. That one's not worth it at all.
Let's see what the other chest yields. Nope, just a compass. To Cannon's Tower. And yeah, he's gonna head over to Dark World. He's gonna go grab that bow. And I don't blame him. That's so useful to have, especially with the silver arrows.
The thing is, both players have... Or was it just Elminster? Or did both players go into Eastern Palace?
Only Zaphod went into Eastern. Elminster did not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got information. I don't know if have we seen that map before of Hera being a crystal?
No, we haven't. Or at least, I didn't think so. We do now.
Cyclone had it on. Yep, Cyclone got it before us, so they're more attentive than we are apparently.
Oh man, if only Elminster had popped down and checked Agnes Cave before heading up here, he could have dived into T-Rock for a little quick check, but at the same time, he's going to be getting his bow. But bow only really opens up 2 spots right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, the bow does. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't help in much, but.
Ooh, there's another pod key. So that's what? How many
I think we might have seen 5 so far, though they haven't all. They both haven't picked up all of them. Elminster's the first to grab the bow. Let's see what he does right away. Now he's going back to the Meyer area.
Well, now he can check Checkerboard, check Desert, check Agana, get his cane, and then from there he can decide what he wants to do next. So that pod play was a good one, especially because now he can do all of Desert. He has the big key and small key for it, as well as a fire source, though it is just a lamp. But who knows? Maybe we'll get to see them glorious Ice Rod strats coming from Elminster on the land molas. We can only hope.
That's true. Ice Rod does the same damage as Fire Rod, it's just slower. And hopefully Elminster goes to Agana before dipping into Mire to grab that cane. And I think Zaphod picked up the Thieves Town Big Key in Mire. So he's going to go complete Thieves Town.
Excellent play. He has everything he needs to go full clear the rest of this dungeon. It is a crystal dungeon, so might as well. Nothing really showing up yet in Desert so far.
I got a red boomerang.
Nothing really showing up yet in Desert so far.
Yeah, that's about how I feel about the red boomerang.
Yeah, just a couple more pieces of heart, but you know, more health is always good, but you'd rather get some progression. Like a shield. What a bust.
Still, let's see if he goes for Land Mola. And he will.
Of course he will. It's a crystal. Why wouldn't he?
You might want to wait until you have a stronger weapon. That might be the only reason, though.
Nah. He's got the bow. He's got the bow and silvers.
You're right, he's got bow and silvers. What am I thinking?
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the bow.
Oops. Where were silvers again?
Lion's Hut.
Okay. Man, I was getting all excited for Ice Rod strats, and now he comes in with his silver, bow and silver. Now I'm bored. Do it anyway, Elm. Come on, do it for the fans. Me being the fan.
Unfortunately, I think he's more focused on winning than being a fan favorite right now.
Oh, whatever. I'm over it. Go, Zaphod, go. Woo. Got a little flag with his name on it.
Well, you're fickle.
Entertain me. I just want a good close match. That's all I really care about. Ooh, you missed silver.
Same.
Gonna have to do a 2-cycle. Definitely could have got a 1-cycle if he had used Ice Rod, despite the fact that he doesn't have enough magic. In the book! Wow!
Okay, book on Land Mola. I mean,
it's classic.
It's logical. You just don't usually see that happen.
I feel like you see it a lot of times where it's like flute and mirror to get book, or book to get flute, or book to get mirror. And there's the Tower of Hera big key in the Thieves Town big chest. So
good thing that they had that small key. Doesn't have to skip it.
Oh, and Elm almost fluted away, which I think was just some form of muscle memory. You're like, wait, I have more stuff I can do in here. What am I doing? So for his sake, we hope that he does pop into Mire. It's that Thieves Town big key. But who knows? Maybe Mire big key is going to be in here or something. That would make it even more sweeter. But we do get a small key. Let's see what it's for. Tower of Hera. Wow.
Okay, so that means once Elminster grabs that Tower of Hera big key, he can full clear Hera. And he is not going to check Agana before going into Mire, which, since we know that the big key is not in Mire, that's not going to hurt him right now.
Yeah, as long as he remembers to check it afterwards. Oh, wow. Hello, Fire Rod.
Oh, man.
So we're like one T-Rock, we're like a couple T-Rock Smokies away from T-Rock and Pyramid Fairy being checked.
Yeah, we basically know about everything but those small keys. And we've got our first crystals now for each of them at about 47, 48 minutes in when Elminster got his.
That sounds about right for Keysanity. Yeah, Zappa gonna be heading up to finish off Skullwoods, where we actually don't know if it's a crystal or a pendant yet, so might be getting a little bit more extra information. If it's a pendant, then you know that Swamp is required. If it's a crystal, then you know that Swamp isn't required, so it's a pretty good 50-50 to go ahead and check. And there's still, 2 items up here.
Absolutely. Might as well just get it out of the way. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the mirror yet, so routing's a little longer, but otherwise it's not. It won't take him long.
Yeah, he'll more than likely kill Mothula, go back in and get that item, and then save and quit out. At least for Elm, though, when he does eventually route this way, he'll be able to check that pedestal for all y'all out there watching. I don't really care about the pedestal, but some people might.
You really think these people care about that pedestal? Oh, come on, they don't want the pedestal. Yeah. We'll see if Zaphod or Elminster decides to check that when he comes over. Zaphod is going to go to Mothula. Got to be a little careful. Little low on... I mean, he's not really low on health, but... You know, Mothula can hit hard.
Yeah, he does have Blue Mail. He does have Fire Rod and some green potions if he really wants to rely heavily on the Fire Rod. He's got some great sword beams, the best item in the game, pretty much.
I do believe those sword beams damage Mothula? I think they do.
I think it's like fighter sword slashes strength, so they do. They just don't do that much damage.
And that could be a little annoying. And
speaking of annoying, pardon the interruption, but we might have lost. We might have lost Zaphod. I can only assume he has successfully defeated Mothula.
Let's go pay attention to Elminster here for a minute.
Yeah, I want to see where that Thieves Town big key was. Unless he already got it.
He already got it. It was in the drop down after the long cutscene.
Dang it. Well, there's Bombos. Didn't even notice that.
Bombos does give him Ice Palace access. Well, nope, they don't have flippers yet. Though they could sequence break Ice Palace.
True.
And we're back on Zaphod's side.
And we'll never know what he found. Well, we don't even know if it's a crystal or a pendant now. Crud.
Oh, you're right.
Once he pauses, we'll find out. But for now, we just gotta wait till he does. Pause.
Pull out your flute.
Alright, well, he's gonna... guess he's going to Tower of Hera. He does have that big key. Unfortunately, not having the mirror, he's gonna miss out. So if anything ends up being a Tower of Hera basement, he's gonna be missing out on that, unfortunately. Elm, gonna be heading into Thieves Town immediately. He'll be getting his Fire Rod, his Tower of Hera big key. And then we'll probably go up and do Mothula right away as well.
It also hurts his routing a little bit because he can't grab Bo yet because he hasn't been in the pod. So that also hurts.
Yeah. It's unfortunate routing.
Alright, open your menu, get out the hammer, let's see what you got.
I'm just going to look over at the right and see if he got a pendant. And he did! So
did.
Is a pendant. So that means Swamp Palace is required. We do have the small key for it, so as soon as we find those flippers, we'll be able to go do that.
Yeah, I gotta imagine Elminster's probably gonna go straight into Skull Woods as well after this. Finish off Mothula, and get that little bit of information I guess he could get.
Oh man, you know what? It's unfortunate. Elm bailing out of Meyer, but not going into Agnes Cave to get that Cane of Samaria. So...
oh yeah.
If you're an Elm fan, you gotta hope that he remembers that at some point. Because that's a pretty big deal. You kind of need that at some point. Right?
I think that's kind of needed to complete 2 dungeons.
It's pretty important.
Right.
Well, let's just... well, the thing is, even if he finds, like, the Meyer big key at some point, like, he's gonna put off going back there until he gets the Cane of Samaria. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work out, so... That's why I don't know, it's tough to route. It would have been better to do, like, Checkerboard Cave into the Agnes Cave, and then choose if you want to go into Meyer or not.
Yeah, that's usually how I choose to route it, is get Agana right after Checkerboard or right after doing a desert check. Because otherwise it's just so out of the way. Zaphod taking on Moldorm, electing to use Master Sword strats, and it makes it easy.
Quick three quick spins, and he's down, and he drops just a big 20. So nothing really of value in Tower of Hera, unless there's something in that basement, but walking away with his second crystal. So to catch things up a little bit, Zaphod needs to head to Pod to get the mirror, to get the bow. And then that would allow him to go into Desert.
Oh, I think he's gonna dip Turtle Rock.
This could go all the way. This could either hurt or help him. We'll find out. Because if he finds like the Pod big key in here, then that would send him to Pod, and he'd be able to full clear it with some useful hammer yumps and whatnot.
Yeah, he's got to really hope he's got something here. Otherwise, if you could single dip Pod, this will really cost him. I'm sorry, if you could single dip Turtle Rock, this will cost him.
Well, the nice thing, as long as he doesn't find any more small keys, he's only going to be able to go to Chain Chomps anyway. So, for a check, it's still very quick. He's probably hoping to find the mirror. And Elma, having a quick little pal around with your buddy Blind. Give him the business back, but good fight, good clean fight. Get his Fire Rod. Let's see what he opts to do next. Probably going to go up to do Skullwoods, which we know is nothing. It's garbage. But for him, it's a little bit more extra information.
And let's just say he does check that pedestal, what could be on it that could really shake things up?
That's also true.
I mean, the easiest thing would be a big key.
Now I'm gonna go down and check Circle of Bushes. He still does need to check Peg Cave as well, I believe, unless he did that before going into Thieves.
No, I don't think he's checked Peg Cave yet. Though we know it's just a single arrow.
But at this point, I wonder if he's gonna go down and check Bombus instead.
He's saving and quitting out of there.
Nothing really showing up here, and that's it. Well, no, he still has Chain Chomp Room.
I'll watch to see if that yields anything. And is Elminster going to go into... No, he's not. He can't go into... Oh, he's going to go to Hera.
Yeah, he's got everything he can do to complete Hera at this point. And if there's nothing in Chain Chomp, then, you know, it's going to be time spent for Zaphod, and Elm's not going to be baited into checking the front half of this dungeon. Elm will probably do Hera and then do Spike Cave, since he hasn't done that one yet either. It's a big key to Meyer. Oh. Well then.
Okay, so
that is huge.
That's some good value from there. It doesn't necessarily negate the possibility of not needing to double dip it, but it's still progression. Unfortunately, that's also going to push him further away from Pod for now.
True. I'm trying to figure out what this means for Elm though at this point, because now, no, not the good B. Now that we know that he needs that cane to get the big key for Meyer, he doesn't really have anything that's going to like send him back to checking Desert. He's just going to have to go on his own accord. So maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Right now, each runner's got that one item that's really going to hinder them. Elminster's got the rod at Agena, and Zaphod has the mirror that's in Pod.
Okay, well, we're going to find out what the last two items are in Meyer. But yeah, it's going to be tough for Zaphod. Without the bow, he's not going to have an easy fight with our boy Vitreous, so... Probably why he went and picked up some extra potions. But let's find out what's in this Hera basement. This could be big, or it could be nothing. And it's a small key to Turtle Rock. That's pretty big. We might need that.
Yeah, that could be needed. You can get through Turtle Rock with 3 keys, assuming the big key chest has nothing. But having all 4 keys is always nice for that dungeon. And there's a vanilla Meyer key. So you locked the small key in the big key chest.
It seems about right.
It just makes you wonder, like, if that key is more valuable than the big key, then why... I'm overthinking this.
Yeah, don't like, who put it, like, you know, Ganon, he's probably presented this Keysanity mode, and he's like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know, just whatever. Yeah, he hands it off to his minions to, like, play stuff, and, you know, they're underpaid, so they're not trying really that hard. Just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Put a map on. Let's put a map underwater. You know, whatever.
Yeah, very true. All right, Zaphod's going through the basement of Meyer as Elminster finishes off Moldorm.
All right, let's see this Vitreous fight. He's got a good chunk of health. He's got the blue mail. Probably going to elect to either use the Cape Strats with the Master Sword spins, maybe doing the D-Boost NMG style. Either one of those works. He's just going to have to, like, be extra careful and has to deal with Master Sword or just hammer the last eyeball.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but he can do it. Meanwhile, Elminster gonna go collect his compass from Spike Cave. And Zaphod's electing to go spins and cape.
He only really can get in 3 with the magic that he had. He does have potions, but I'm assuming he's gonna save them for healing as opposed to getting more magic.
Well, what's Elminster's next move here?
He needs to go to Desert, get his cane, but this is looking like a sequence break into Ice Palace.
Yeah, I think he's gonna sequence break Ice, it looks like. Or is he gonna go up to... Nope, he's going right to Ice. And
I mean, it's not a bad call, to be honest. You know, you have the big key, you have a small key so you can route it conveniently. Whatever you find in here, you'll know isn't is locked behind the flippers, so whatever you get, you'll be like, all right, well, now I know where the flippers can't possibly be.
Meanwhile, Zaphod just elects these perfect times to have some technical difficulties, because now we're not going to know what Vitreous dropped.
It's fine. It's not important. No big deal.
Yep. So he saved and quit right after Vitreous.
Maybe it was the flippers.
Well, Elminster's making some good progress through Ice Palace. He'll likely elect to bomb jump upcoming here. Just bear with us as we're working to get Zaphod's stream back up. And
oh, he's going to bud. All right, cool.
Good move for him. He'll get his mirror. Well, looking at what they have, I would say Elminster's ahead, but if Zaphod gets his mirror here, he can easily make up this difference.
Bomb jump on the second try. Yeah, because of where that mirror was, there's no way you'd be able to, like, route Pod a little bit easier. Unless Zaphod decides to go straight for... He still doesn't have that bow, for obvious reasons. If he does the drop down first, then he'll be able to get that mirror immediately.
Well, Elman's just gonna check these upstairs chests, and Zaphod's going down. Now, he's gonna check the chest that Elminster elected to skip.
And Elminster just finding some more rupees along the way. We couldn't see it, but I definitely heard it.
Just a piece of heart from that chest that Elminster skipped, but he's gonna grab his mirror.
Yeah, so he's not going to have to worry about death warps or anything like that. Now, he knows that he needs to go get that bow, and now he can. But, of course, he's going to keep looking around here and eventually find that Desert Palace big key. We'll probably opt to go do that next instead of going up and getting his bow, or getting his bow next. He's probably laughing, though, because he just had to do bowless Vitreous, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a bow. Or there's the mirror to get the bow.
Yeah, that's always a really frustrating feeling when you do a boss the hard way, and then you get what you could have done to do it the easy way.
So if we're talking about being on, within the game sequence, or the logic sequence right now, based on what we know, the game might be wanting you to go check the one chest in Castle Tower, the 2 chests in Pod. That's a thing. I don't think we've seen Catfish yet.
We have not.
I don't think we've even seen the Pyramid yet. So
we have
player
not seen
might opt to go do Pyramid, check Aga, or check Castle Tower. That'd be pretty convenient.
So Pyramid, though, we do still need Turtle Rock cleared to do that.
Well, I meant what's sitting on the pyramid. Or did we already see that?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm bad there.
Man, nothing really showing up here, though.
So I got to see if Cold Stare holds something today.
Ooh, I was gonna be a little careful. No healing, just green goose. He does have the powder, though.
And he can drop down here to grab some fairies.
It's a smart play. And Zaphod gonna be taking his mirror and heading on out. See what he opts to go do next. This is probably gonna flute up and either go to desert or go straight and go get his bow. JP, you still there?
Yeah, sorry. I'm having just a difficulty on my end.
Same, the commentary stream is down. I'm like a fish out of water. Probably really far stream delay, but Elminster's taking down two of the Cold Stare pops, as I can see.
Yeah.
Only 300 rupees, so. But he does get his crystal, which is good. When is he ever going to get that red cane?
So, Zaphod is heading into desert. He's probably a bit ahead of us here, but we'll keep you updated as much as we can. So where's Elminster gonna head at this point? And I think he's gonna go back into Pod. Or is he gonna go to Eastern? Yeah, Elminster's heading to Eastern. Not electing to use the portal though. He could go check Pod right away if he does. Okay, now yeah, he is heading the pod. Meanwhile, Zaphod is going to go kill Landmola, get his crystal. That'll be his third. Elminster is going to check the chest on the center here, and then likely going to go check the Bullock side. So yeah, Zaphod is getting the torches here. We're gonna check and see on Elminster's side now what he's got. Like, we haven't seen these two chests on the right side yet. Meanwhile, Zaphod's taking on Landmolas. Alright, this is a new check for us. Let's see what these two pod chests have.
Just a fire shield. What else we got? And arrow upgrade. Wow. So now what? What do you do? What's the next play? Elminster going to be going into Eastern Palace. This is the first time in here. We already know what's in here. I don't think we found anything of really of value.
No, it was nothing too exciting. Let's see where Zaphod's heading. Because I think he got to go. We haven't seen Zora yet. Almost.
We haven't seen Zora. We haven't seen Catfish. We haven't seen Castle Tower or Bombos Medallion, which looks like Zaphod's going to be checking Bombos and Circle of Bushes next.
Yeah, at this point, it's again looking for that next piece of progression. Where is it? Let's see if Bombo's tablet yields anything.
Just a big 20. Well, here's hoping for Elminster that he decides to go check Bombos after Eastern is a bust. That'll lead him to check Agonis Cave, where he'll probably be able to go up and check T-Rock. The question is, how many T-Rock keys does he have? I feel like he has more than one. We've seen two, at least.
I think he might only have one. We'll have to check and make sure the next time he opens his menu. I mean, I'm a little surprised, actually, neither runner is elected to fake flipper up to the waterfall chests and go to Zora.
Yeah. I mean, Elm went through the trouble of fake flippering to Ice Palace, so I can see him doing it that way as well. And that's one of the nicer things, especially when you have boots, because then you can just run through everything and make it a little bit quicker.
Okay. Checked Elminster. He only has one Turtle Rock key.
Make that two. Haha!
There's the second.
So if he steals a key, he can at least get to Laser Bridge, but he can't finish the dungeon.
And that's assuming he goes and finds his cane.
Well, this might be a Pyramid Castle Tower play by Elminster or Catfish, or all three.
Yeah,
usually... You have Pyramid for Zaphod first. Let's see what we got going on over here.
I think both of them might be thinking the same thing at the same time.
These players are about to sync up again.
Just a compass on the Pyramid, and Zaphod, I think he's going to go into Castle Tower. Or is he going to go check the sewer first?
Oh yeah, Elm has already done that, so these guys are going to sync up instantly at this point. Each of them having one extra crystal than the other.
Yep, and Elminster's going to go straight to Castle Tower. Only one chest to check, but this chest has been available for a long time.
Yeah, a very long time. Is this the answer we've been looking for this whole time? It is not. Wow.
The search continues.
Maybe it is Zora.
The sad thing is, if it is Zora, that's been available as well since like 30 seconds, no, a minute into the seed. Routing this as it is right now is nice because you can do Catfish and Zora at once. Mm-hmm. Catfish is one of those locations you just hate to go to because it's so out of the way. Now, in Keysanity, it does provide a bit more value than an open and standard, but you still don't like making this trip.
Yo, Elm knowing about the whole... For some reason, well, it's not for some reason, but when you grab an item and hop off the ledge, you keep your normal walking speed, as opposed to your carrying something speed, but only a dungeon map from the Catfish, so another wasted opportunity to have something exciting over there. Go see what is on Zora's ledge or at Zora himself, which, that's the crazy thing, is we've had access to Zora since our first glove at Uncle or in Sick Kid.
Forget it doesn't have flippers. Meanwhile, Zaphod's checking Graveyard Ledge. Have we seen this?
I don't think so. Yeah. Now I wish we hadn't. Where is the progression? Oh my gosh. It's not at Zora either. Oh, this seed is annoying. Dude, I bet it's got to be further into T-Rock at this point.
I think that's about all we haven't checked. And unfortunately...
Go to the Dark World. Go check Bombos. He might be doing it. Guys, he might be doing it.
Let's see which way goes, because he can't go in the swamp. This is, like, Bombos is basically the only thing over here he hasn't checked.
Oh, and unfortunately for Zaphod, not having the flippers, can't really get to Catfish any convenient way. Also, Elm, forgetting he doesn't have the flippers. Dude, going through that portal is so muscle memory that you're like, no, I'm gonna go to swamp now. And then you hop in the water, you're like, oh wait, I don't have the flippers, I can't do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of muscle memory that can get you in these seeds. I think Zaphod... Oh, no, Zaphod's probably going to take this portal to go to Catfish.
So we need Elm to hop down and go check Agonist Cave after getting this tablet, getting this big 20. If he doesn't, then it's for sure confirmed that he's forgotten about it. And he is... No!
Oh, no.
All right, well, Ripperino. It's over. He's going to go do Skull Woods. He might think he already did it, and that's a huge problem for him. Which is easy to do when you don't have when you don't use any sort of like map tracker or location tracker or anything. And especially in Keysanity when there's so much stuff to do and you tend to route very differently, it's really easy to forget one location.
He's going to go check the peg game, which is going to yield to a single arrow.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for him. So at this point, the answer has to be... Gosh, it's got to be in T-Rock then, right? We don't really have any other options.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I mean, you could sequence break to check the waterfall here, but you still need flippers.
Yeah, I mean, that could yield you another T-Rock key at least.
Yeah, I think Elminster's probably going to go check... I'm going to do Skull Woods at this point. No, he's not. Oh, he's going to go to Graveyard Ledge and get his single rupee.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. He's eventually going to run out of stuff he can do, though. Because though that Cane of Samaria is really it's very hindering of your ability to check stuff.
Now, I think I might have just thought about the potential troll that could really get these runners. And that is if the pedestal has the flippers.
Head flip? That's possible.
It is possible.
We're still 2 big keys away from pedestal, though, with pod and Eastern, as well as another pod small key, I think. But I wouldn't put it past it.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I mean, Elminster's going to go to Skull Woods at this point, which, I mean, he's basically running out of things to do.
Yeah. And I got tablet having a small key. What was that to? Ganon's Tower. Okay.
Yeah. I gotta imagine he will give us our pedestal check here, because he's probably stumped and trying to figure out what to do.
Well, fortunately for him, Zaphod's going around checking all the other stuff that he missed, and if he decides to get the bow, but then go back into T-Rock, assuming he has another key, which at this point has to be the progression. I can't think of anything else that we haven't done yet, that these players haven't done yet, that we haven't seen.
Yeah, we're kind of at the point where they're just both stumped on what to do next. They're checking single locations. They're kind of just out of ideas. I mean, just looking at it, in terms of Go mode items, I think I was just looking at chat, and basically Go mode is flippers and maybe another Turtle Rock key.
No, Elm grabbed by the Wallmaster is gonna have to go all the way back through that again. That's unfortunate. Safa gonna be grabbing his bow. Let's see if he opts to go back into T-Rock. That's kind of the big play.
He did just get a Turtle Rock key, so it'll be on his mind.
Can't imagine him not going there. Because, yeah, the bow section in pod was garbage. It was nothing. It was all junk items, so... Yeah, I mean... Did we get anything in... I think there was just useless small keys in Ice Pals. I don't recall 100%, but...
Yeah, I don't recall anything of big value in there.
Pretty decent Mothula. Good patterns.
It was just 20 rupees on Mothula.
So we still don't know what's on Vitreous, though. Alright, so after checking Pedestal, he is fresh out of ideas. There's nothing he can do. Well, actually, at this point, he's like, I must have missed something because I've done everything. There's nothing else I can do other than check Pedestal, which doesn't give you a new item. It just gives you information. Well, we're going to find out what it is. It is... Oh.
It's the Mirror Shield, basically, for him. No chance he's going to go for that.
Is this it? Is this the Aghanos display?
Oh,
it's like it.
This is looking good.
You know, maybe he didn't forget it. Maybe he was just gambling. Well, good.
Yeah, he's heading up there.
Here's the thing, though. He's not too far behind. Once he grabs that and goes immediately to T-Rock, because he's done everything else, he'll be able to... He'll get that Meyer big key, and then we'll probably elect to keep going. So, good. The race isn't over yet. And like a true professional, no rage slashes. Just keep going. Just keep playing. The race isn't over until it's over. Now for Zaphod, though, do you save this key Or do you elect to use it here? That's the real question.
I think you got to use it for laser bridge at this point. Higher density of items.
But at the same time, we're out of things to do. So there's got to be like another small key somewhere here, or Mimic Cave's got to have something, or there's something in that chest, right? Because otherwise, if that chest is required, and there's nothing on Laser Bridge, then we're like kind of out of luck, right?
Yep, that is true. But it's always a risky proposition to open that chest anyway. Let's see, we're gonna get a Mimic Cave check here.
But yeah, at this point, Safe Out's a little bit in the lead because of the amount of T-Rock he's already cleared. But this will be his double dip. What do we got in Mimic Cave? It is a mushroom. Hooray! Congratulations. So here's what I'd do if I was Zaphod. I would go in here, check the big chest, and then I would take a death, save and continue, and then go to Laser Bridge. If I don't find anything, soft reset. Because you never know if the game actually wants you to check that middle chest. If that's our next progression right there, that Zaphod's walking right by.
Yeah, I've become a little bit more of a fan of the soft reset the save keys in Pod and Turtle Rock lately. It just seems like a smart idea to do.
There's a pod key, which we've already full cleared everything in that dungeon. But well, we still need that one to actually finish it, since you had to go in there. You had to use a key to get the mirror anyway. So we'll need at least 5, even with the hammer jump.
So we're going to get a laser bridge check here in a minute.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get a vanilla small key and we're just able to finish T-Rock right here, right now.
Well, let's see.
Big key 2! Skull Woods. Well, that's one more item that we can get. Red Rupee. Looking for flippers. Red Rupee.
One chest left.
What's it gonna be? No! Come on! Okay, it's a vanilla small key!
So
way!
He can finish Trinex right now.
Wow. Called it! Well, that was easy. Well, that's good for Elm, though. That is good for Elm.
Yeah, that means he'll be able to clear this in one shot, assuming that big key chest has nothing. Oh, but he's going to use that key to go check this chest.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
That was a mistake. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
that could decide the run right there.
I think it just did. Pretty much. Oh, that's rough. But how do you plan for a small key on Laser Bridge? Like, seriously.
So there's got to be another small key accessible here.
Yeah, there's got to be one in Skull Woods. Because that's the only thing we unlocked. Or Mushroom.
The Mushroom could have it, yeah. But yeah, Elminster basically might have just given up any advantage he had by checking that chest. Well, let's see what Trinex has.
Maybe. Probably not. Nope. We'll never know. It's fine, I didn't want to know in the first place. It's not that important. It's not like we're trying to commentate a race that's very important in the standings. No big deal. I'm over it. Whatever.
He's really building up the suspense.
I've never seen someone have such consistent lag spikes.
And he's outside of Turtle Rock.
Wow. So that's what Trinex dropped. A warp to your house. Who'da thunk? Maybe it was flippers?
I don't know. He checked so fast I couldn't see what he got.
Well, if he goes down... Oh, well, Pyramid Fairy. Alright, that's where he's heading to next. Okay. And... This is going to be interesting for Elm. But yeah, that's unfortunate. It's going to force him to have to double dip back into T-Rock. He's going to opt to go ahead and finish Meyer. Just 2 more items, but 2 more items that I don't think is going to give him the progression he's looking for.
Yeah, well, let's see. Well, I mean, he's got to do this either way, so this isn't a bad play. Well, let's see if this bomb pays off.
See, that's why I like the soft reset utilization for T-Rock in that scenario. Heart piece and the flippers. Wow.
Okay.
Well, I'd say that's pretty much that's GG right there, guys.
Yeah, that's swamp. He can clear swamp. He can clear ice. He can go to GT after that.
He's in go mode. That's it. Right there. Hour, 32 minutes. Go mode. Boom. Done. He just has to go mode Swamp Palace, go mode Ice Palace, and then go mode G Tower. Of course, he's only got a Master Sword and Silvers, but he does have a cape. And I think he does still have 1 or 2 Blue Goos as well.
So, yeah, unfortunately for Elminster, unless he finds that GT key here that Turtle Rock key here very fast.
I don't think it was here, but yeah, he's gonna have to go check Mushroom or Skull Woods.
Yeah, he's got to find that. He is a Ice Palace ahead of Zaphod. And he'll have Silvers on Vitreous, so this will be quick. But he needs to find that Turtle Rock key fast to have a chance.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, they has to go all the way back through that dungeon. It still has to do, like, Laser Bridge and all that stuff. And as far as I know, Zaphod's probably not going to check any more chests along the way. Might check some, like the one on the way to Argus. Just looking for a few extra, or a sword upgrade or something.
Yeah, he's checked nothing so far. He knows he's in go mode. So yeah, Elminster makes really fast work of Vitreous.
Go mode Swamp and Go mode Ice is a beautiful thing. Oh, and it was only a bomb upgrade on Vitreous. Yeah, that's the thing is like the Skullwood's big key, or Skullwood's big chest, or even the mushroom could not necessarily lead to an immediate T-Rock key. It could lead to something else that then leads to a T-Rock key.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he does. Looks like he's thinking right now. He's not sure what to do.
Wait, where was the Skullwood's big key?
Skullwood's big key was on Laser Bridge.
Oh, so he didn't even get that. So he just has the mushroom. So the mushroom has to lead to the T-Rock key, or else it's...
Oh, but he might No, he can't go into pod. He can't finish pod. Where's he going now?
And that's the other downside, is the mushroom is hidden behind the powder, so he might not realize that he has it.
Yeah, Zephyr is making really fast work through Swamp. With Master Sword, Argus take a little longer, but won't be too bad for him. Alright, what does the mushroom lead to?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, that's awful.
That's just gonna continue to send him off track.
Nice work. Silver Arrows taking down Argus, getting the Cane of Burna, and another crystal. So all he's got left to do is take on Ice Palace, and he'll be heading up into G-Tower.
With the early G-Tower big key, there's no drama here. It's gonna go straight up and right to Aghanim for Ganon. Unfortunately, whatever Elminster does find on Helmasaur, it's not going to be enough for him.
So wait, there are 4 T-Rock keys. Zaphod went in with only 2. And got a 3rd one on Laser Bridge. So yeah, you need the 4th one. Okay, just double checking.
Yeah, he's got to find that other TR key, and however long it takes him to get that, yeah, it's hard to see him catching up unless Zaphod messes up.
Yeah, I honestly can't even humor the idea.
And he's gonna go check the big chest first.
Oh yeah, of course. The use of small key wasn't bad at all, because who knows, the flippers could have just been in that chest. But that's part of the risk versus reward of Keysanity. That can either make or break you and completely ruin the entire run. It's interesting because of how close they were going into T-Rock, despite Elm full clearing everything, leading up to getting the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah. I almost wonder if he thought he was behind after he got that cane and felt he needed a gamble, and that's why he opened that chest. So, for those of you who are catching up, Zaphod's in go mode. It basically came down to Turtle Rock. Zaphod elected Laser Bridge versus Elminster electing to go to the vanilla big key chest. Zaphod was able to full clear Turtle Rock, and Elminster needs another key now to finish it.
Yeah, his use of a small key only granted him, I think it was a heart piece or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Big key chest. Which, the mushroom out of Mimic Cave got him the big key to Pod, which is leading him to kill Helma, which will either lead him to a T-Rock key or to another quest line. You know how quests, how they always work?
Yeah.
You finish one quest to get another quest to get another quest. Let's see if this is the end of the quest. Yeah, we needed to not only finish to beat Trinex to get the Pyramid Fairy crystal, or to get a crystal, but to unlock Pyramid Fairy where we found the flippers. So. Yeah, it's no different than doing like different weird routing in pod or hammer jumps or whatnot. You're trying to finish the entire dungeon or as much of it as you need to with as little keys as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do we get? We get a map, which means Sahasrahla has to have something. Joy.
So the fetch quest continues.
Safe out on the other side, taking on Cold Stare. I'm gonna use Master Sword attacks, slashes and spins.
At least the Sahar Sledgehammer can be pretty quick here.
Ooh, he's gotta be careful. Only blue male is gonna opt to use that blue potion, get his magic back up, so he can switch to using the fire rods instead of having to rely on old Master Sword, which, despite its name, is not very useful. There it is. He's got to know that. He's got to be feeling it, man. He's got to know that he made a big mistake.
Exactly. So yeah, it was basically Mimic Cave Mushroom to the hut that gave you the big key to pod, to get the green pendant, to get another Turtle Rock key to finish it.
Wow. What a disgusting thing that the game actually wanted you to do.
And that's why you sequence break when you can. Even though sequence breaking wouldn't have really helped, but the game logic sometimes just doesn't really make logical sense.
Yeah, Zavok gonna be heading up into G Tower now. Gonna be getting in there around the 143 mark. Right around there, which is a really good time for Keysanity, no doubt. And unfortunately, Elminster still needs to go back, do Laser Bridge, take out Trinex. Doesn't he actually well, yeah, he does need to do Laser Bridge to get that small key. Check Pyramid Fairy to get the flippers, and then he can go mode Swamp Palace. And then come right back up, but...
Yeah, Zamphod's gonna easily sub-2 this seed.
I think Elm will be able to as well. He's not too far behind. He's pretty far behind. But he's like 10 minutes behind.
We'll see.
He's like 15 minutes behind. I don't know how to tell time.
Yeah, it's hard to say. He's got to get through Turtle Rock, and he's going to have to go through Laser Bridge, so he's probably got at least 5 minutes in here. Then he's got to go do Pyramid, which could take a couple minutes. Swamp will take probably another 4 to 5 minutes, and then he's got to climb. So, yeah, there's a lot he still has to do.
Yeah, I think for like T-Rock as a general rule, if T-Rock is a pendant, then I might grab that small key in the middle. But as soon as you see it's a crystal, it's like, I'll just go ahead and... I didn't even think about the fact that that small key didn't get him down to Laser Bridge. But, yeah.
So, Zaphod's beginning his climb. No need to go into the basement. There's nothing down there he needs. At this point, the only thing Zaphod might like to see is a Tempered Sword. Which we have not seen any other swords in this seed. We've only gotten 2.
Yeah, maybe we'll get bailed out up the gauntlet.
Yeah, Elminster is slashing his sword. Might be in frustration. He's gonna get his other small key here.
Well, yeah, this is the thing is, like, he's gonna go through here probably expecting to find flippers or something. He finds that and he's like, really? He doesn't realize he's about to find the vanilla small key. Which, no one ever expects to find a vanilla item or a dungeon in their, or an item in their vanilla dungeon.
Oh, yeah, of course, it's Randomizer. Why would you randomize something in a vanilla location?
That should be a toggleable option. I want no vanilla items, please. It's like that one race we had last week where there was a bow in Eastern Palace Big Chest. Like, how do you plan for that? You don't. You just hope for the best.
Yeah, it's just how your brain works. It's like, okay, it's randomized, so it's not going to be in its vanilla location. Alright, as Elminster gets to Trinex, Zaphod is getting through Landmola.
I've never seen this setup for the Trinex fight. It's actually pretty effective. Just using Fire Rod.
With half magic, he did have that option. Now he's got to just take out the body quick. And down goes Trinex. We'll get to see what Trinex dropped.
Well, fortunately, despite the outcome of this race, Elminster still has a shot in the tiebreaker race, which will be having, I think it's on like March 10th or something. Of course, it's going to be like a 30-person race where only one person, maybe two people, move on, depending on how the rest of this week goes.
Yeah, I mean, if
you're definitely not a race you want to be in, of course.
Yeah, if you're a 4-and-1 person, are you going to be rooting for the 3 DT basically in Wednesday's race?
I'm gonna root for a good match.
Zaphod grabbing a fairy for safety. Yeah, I mean that's the big thing you want is a good match. I mean, the other alternative is you do get 2 spots, but you also now get Andy in the tiebreaker race. But yeah, I mean, whatever way it falls, you play it out. You don't worry that much about it. I mean, there's nothing you can do beyond watch.
Yo, can we get Zaphod's audio, maybe? I want to hear that sweet Ganon tune. Alright, let's see this Aga 2 fight. Now, I know he used one of his blue goos for Cold Stare. Yo. Excuse me. He does have the cape. He did pick up a fairy. I know he has at least one more green goo. So he will be able to opt to just use the cape, get a bunch of spins on him. But let's see how good his Master Sword... Oh, there's a nice triple, I think. Let's see how good his Master Sword Ganon is.
Aga goes down easily. Here Ganon awaits. And meanwhile, Elminster has grabbed his flippers. He can go. He's officially in go mode now, but it's gonna be probably too late.
3.5 hearts. Blue mail. So he could take at least a fire bat. Maybe a trident. I think a trident still does 3 hearts. Yep,
yes, it does.
It sure does. Oh, he does have a blue goo. Oh man, he's gonna use it right now.
So this,
while he was at full magic. That stinks.
This fight is, this race is definitely not over. Zaphod does have to execute a Master Sword Ganon here.
He does have silvers though, so he only has to get past really the first 2 phases. But definitely not a good start so far. It's only getting 2 hits in each. But at the same time, Ganon's not really giving him a good position. You know, at this point, he's got to be thinking his opponent's right on his heel.
Yeah, generally when you get to this point in a race, you start thinking about how, about all those little things that you messed up on, all those checks you didn't need to make. You basically think, my opponent God routed this, I'm in trouble.
Dude, he's got another blue, okay. Dang, he bought like 3 of those. Alright, well then he should be good to go.
Yeah, if he can get beyond the bad phase, he'll be fine.
And then at the same time, he still has another green, I think.
And he's into phase 3.
There's one. One more, and then he's in phase 4. There it is. Not too many warps, so that's pretty good. Oh man, there was a castle tower key in the big chest in Swamp? Gross. Nice double here, probably. And there you go! That'll do it.
Zaphod will be the first of our runners to move to 5-0 and clinch his spot in the bracket.
Once he walks in the door, we'll announce that Zaphod has finished first place with a time of 1:51.23. Congratulations to him. Interesting fact, Zaphod was in the secondary tournament of the fall tournament. I'm gonna get a little bit more information on that. I feel like he did make it pretty far. I want to say he made it into the bracket stages for sure. So, definitely a good player, obviously, going 5-0. Not one to sleep on. Yeah, GG's.
We're gonna get Zaphod in here in just a minute for an interview.
Ah, he actually made it to, what would that be? Top 16. Top 16 in the secondary tournament, so that's pretty good. Definitely a skillful player.
And we have Zaphod now joining us here in chat. GG Zaphod.
Thank you.
So what did you think of that seed?
I thought it was pretty good overall.
Yeah. How did you feel about that mirror location?
That was a little iffy, but other than that, it went pretty fine. I was glad I found the flippers when I did because, well, I was not. Well, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately for you, you got through Turtle Rock first. It actually, for the most part, came down to one gamble. You elected to go to Laser Bridge, and Elminster did not. You were both in Turtle Rock around the same time, and that's really where you diverged.
And did he open the vanilla big key chest?
He did. It was only a piece of heart.
Ah, I see.
But you officially become the first of our runners to move into the 8-person bracket. How do you feel about that?
Considering when I came into this tournament, I was only aiming for, what, like 2 or 3 wins, I'm ecstatic right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to come out of a field of 200 to be one of the top 8, that is got to be a great feeling.
Indeed.
So, I mean, how did you feel during the race? Did you feel that you were behind at any point, or did you feel like you were doing well?
Once I found the mirror, I thought I was a little behind, but once I found the flippers, I thought I was a little ahead at that point.
Yeah, I think you got to go mode Swamp and Ice, and Elminster had actually sequence broken, did Ice early.
I was thinking about doing that earlier, but then as things went on and I started checking things, I realized, hey, flippers are one of the last things I need for go mode, so I don't think I should check one of those flipper lock locations then.
Yep, fair enough. Well, Elminster is starting his climb with the tower. It looks like he's going to check some extra chests, maybe trying to find a sword upgrade. Did get red mail.
Oh, did you not find a sword yet?
He's on Master Sword, like you were.
That's what I meant. Did you find an extra sword?
No, he did not.
Okay.
We have not found tempered or gold. Elminster gonna make quick work through this gauntlet. So, going forward into the next round of the tournament, is there anything you're going to be working on, trying to get better at, considering you're going as you go to the bracket?
Well, not really. If I guess, well, what I've been doing so far has worked so far. Why change it?
Fair enough. Yep. Elminster's making really quick work through this gauntlet. Yeah, like you, Elminster also had a trolley item. He missed the Cane of Samaria for a while. Didn't hold him up too much, but that did throw off his route too.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, there were points of this seed where it felt like you guys were just moving at a bit of a snail's pace, where it was just looking for that next piece of progression. And when you get to the points like that, how are you feeling? What's your thought on trying to find that next piece of progression?
Well, if there's a dungeon I can really full clear, I usually do that. Otherwise, if there isn't one, I do a dungeon that's, well, getting pretty close to completed as possible, and barring that, doing some overworld stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's usually nice to get through dungeons when you can, since you usually have to do those. Elminster is continuing his climb. He's just in the he's working through the mini Helmasaur room. Be heading up to Moldorm 2 here shortly.
Zappa, tell us a joke.
What was that?
Tell us a joke.
No.
Chat's asking for a joke.
Wow, that's so mean. You win a race and then you won't even tell us a joke? It's not very nice. I'm just kidding.
You really just can't really think of any good ones off the top of my head.
I know.
Yeah.
GG, by the way, that was a good routing overall. Yeah, I can't really pinpoint any particular route choices that you made that were like extremely time wasting or anything like that. So, and especially when you get to go mode Ice and Swamp, it's always a good feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, you finished with 150 out of 216, so that's pretty good for checking in a Keysanity seed. Yeah, I mean, your route was pretty good. Like I said, this seed just basically came down to a Turtle Rock decision. You got the right one, and unfortunately, Elminster just gambled and it didn't pay off.
Oh well.
Sweet triple there to finish off Aga 2. Still not finding a sword along the way. He only checked a couple extra chests in G Tower outside of the gauntlet, so... Well, I guess we'll never know. There's probably one... Probably both of them were sitting somewhere in Swamp Palace, I'd assume. Both on the left side.
That left side loves to loves to make people's lives difficult. So you've got some downtime coming up here. I know you said you're probably not going to change much. You're not going to do too much different going into the bracket. Going to get in a bunch of practice races, keep your skill up as you prep for it?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Elminster's making some pretty quick work of Ganon here. Getting these sword spins.
Yeah, his first phase was pretty good too. He does have half magic and cape if he wants to switch to that at any point. Wow. Didn't even get hit there. That was impressive.
I'm still in phase 2 though. I'm trying to remember, where did he find that half magic?
I don't remember actually. Oh, Ice Palace, I think. It had to have been Ice Palace. It's the only thing that...
Yep, you're right. I remember. Yeah, I remember that now.
It was either Big Chest or like T Chest or whatnot. Alright, one more hit will pop him into phase 4.
Gets the torch glitch off.
There's 2 hits. Ooh. Not sure what his plan was there. Oh, he's got to be careful. I don't think he has any more fairies. This should be a double, though. Wow!
Oh, no.
He just, like, skinned the bottom of his cape. That's it.
Oh, no.
Does he have a fairy? He does not.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, Master Ganon is kind of not fun.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people elect to check chests as they go up, especially if they don't have Tempered Sword, because the difference between Mastered and Tempered is so big.
Yeah. I mean, the annoying thing is just that phase 4, trying to make sure you get the spin off, but don't get hit by a fire bat and fall in.
And chat just pointed out something. He only has 2 arrows.
Oh no! Oh god!
Oh no!
So we're gonna see some sweet Master Sword Silverless Ganon. So with 2 arrows, though, how many total is he gonna have to do? Since it's not exactly like, you know, 1 arrow equals this much damage.
Yeah, I don't. If I had the practice round up, I could tell you, but I mean, even if we do consider it kind of that way, it might be about 12 Master Sword spins, assuming he hits with both arrows.
So he went into the fight with what? Just exact... He had 3, I think. Yeah, well, I think he had 5 total or something. Because he used 2 and he missed his 3rd one, I think. Come on, Elm, you can do this.
I think he knows already that he needs to do the Silverless strats.
Nice combination of 2.
And I guess he has no potion, so he has to use his lamp here.
I think he could get away with using quite a few fire rods with that half magic, for sure.
Almost use the hammer, but you can't do that if it's not swordless.
Stop. Don't do that. Nope. That was a little dicey.
Oh, this is a little tense.
There we go. Whew. Well, overall, interesting race. The two main things I think that really hurt Elm, because he made some really good plays, was just putting off Agnes Cave until the very last moment and then opening up that one key door. That was it. Everything else was pretty good. He wasn't even too far behind at that point, so could just chalk it up to bad luck.
And we have Elminster now joining us here in chat. GG, Elminster.
Oh, GG.
How you feeling after that one?
Ouch.
Yeah, it hurts. It was worse to for us because we just saw Zappa go get to Laser Bridge and we saw what was there. And then you used that key and we're like, oh no. So that was unfortunate. And but at the same time, it wasn't a bad play. It was just unfortunate that turned out to be, you know, mushroom to pod big key to green pendant to the fourth turtle rock key.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was trying to, like, as soon as I realized I'd forgotten Agina's Cave and the cane was there, I'd basically cleared everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to play the fact that I had checked everything to my advantage, so I was pretty sure, like, it was very likely to me I was gonna come across that fourth turtle rock key anyways, so I decided to make the play in case I found flippers there, and that could put me ahead.
Yeah, we were wondering if you had just completely forgotten about Agnes Cave, or if you were just putting it off in hope that you don't have to go get there, like go to there. We were hoping you were going to go check it after the first time you checked Meyer.
I should have done that.
Again, when you were checking Bombos, we were like, okay, if he doesn't go to Agnes Cave, then either he's just completely forgotten about it, or he thinks he's already gone there.
I'd forgotten about it, and, well, kind of both, I guess. I mean, like, you forget to... If you forget to do it in your desert Mire route, at least for me, like, that's generally when I do it, so if I'm out of there, I figure I've probably done it.
Yeah, fair enough. That was... The interesting thing is, despite the fact that you had missed that, you guys were both in the same dungeon at the same time, both in T-Rock. The only difference was he had already done Mire, because he dipped it the first time, got the Mire big key, then went back and did Mire, while you had done the sequence break to complete Ice Palace. So there was still... It was a close race at that point until the key usage, which, once again, is just luck.
Well, that sucks. I don't know. One of my problems is I don't have... If I make a mistake like that, I don't have enough faith I can recover, so I start doing stupid things.
Oh, dude, same. I do the same thing. It's like, well, I know I'm behind, so I just got to keep playing into those gambles and hope those gambles pay off, instead of just relying on your skill or relying on your opponent making a similar or different mistake.
Yeah. So when I found I think it was Dark Palace big key from the mushroom, I was like, okay, I was expecting flippers, but that's actually probably good for me because that means flippers are probably behind there. So. My opponent, if they didn't make the same mistake I did, they probably haven't checked everything that I did. So that could, you know, they could put off going to Dark Palace, potentially. And I was like, that's got to be the way to go. And I found the Turtle Rock key, and I was just like, oh god, that is like the worst thing I could have found on Sahasrara. That was the worst thing.
Yeah. You had actually were the first one to get the bow and the mirror, so you had those for quite a while over Zaphod.
Oh, you know what? I was really mad at myself for not making the Super Bunny play, because...
We were wondering about that. What was in there again?
It was the hammer. I was heavily thinking of doing that. I was going to do it. I don't generally do it, but it was like one of the rare occasions where it would have been a decent play. The reason I didn't do it was I found the bow on the island, and I figured I'm gonna have to walk up Super Bunny Cave anyways again to get that, so there's little point.
Fair. Yeah, I didn't even think about that hammer being there, so that would have been a pretty good find.
That would have been amazing. that never pays off. I feel like that never pays off.
I feel like Super Bunny, like actually Super Bunny in Super Bunny Cave is just not a thing anymore. That was huge in V18, but these days it's just rare. Rarely happens. But yeah, other than just the late cane and the Turtle Rock key usage, it was a pretty neck and neck race. It was pretty close.
I think it was doing pretty well aside from those two things.
And then the Ganon death was unfortunate, of course.
That was that was stupid. That was just stupid.
Gotta love those spin hitboxes.
That spin should have stunned him.
But yeah, so with that, Elm, you're gonna have to fight for your life in that tiebreaker race. How you feeling about your chances in that one?
I don't know really. I feel like I'm a bit of a wild card because I mean it is a wild card race, so that's fitting. But like I can have this probably goes for a lot of people, but I can have things like this happen easily. Like I seem to do this a lot in weeklies where I make like one particularly unfortunate play that just gets me, but the rest of it I did really well. But I won the Keysanity daily on the last day that dailies are being done. I've pulled pretty good races in Keysanity, like on occasion. I do really well in probably like 30% of them, I'd say. So
chances are pretty good.
I think I have a shot, but
yeah.
It's
either way, it'll be what it'll be. It'll be fun. Just got to go in there and make some crazy plays and hope that that's the right one. Like Super Bunny into Super Bunny Cave for Hammer.
Yeah, that would have been sick. Unfortunately, I also made the fake flipper into ice play, which was dumb.
Well, who knows? You could have found like the 4th T-Rock key or something, or one of the thing about sequence breaking now in Keysanity is because you never know if you're going to find like a spare key that you might need or would help things out or make things a little bit more convenient.
Yeah, I was like, I'm missing a lot of T-Rock keys. I'm missing East Palace big keys. I don't know if that's going to come into play ever. I'm missing a bunch of I'm still missing a bunch of stuff. I'm missing Kane. So why not? I can full clear the dungeon. I have the big key, which I'm supposed to have heard anyways. I just don't have flippers, so it's a bit of a risk, but I feel like that risk is lower in Keysanity. That
and if
flippering ice is going to be a bust.
Had you already had the cane, then it might not have been like a smart play. Because you're like, well, I'm just the flippers away from go mode, so I know it's not going to be in here.
That would have been pretty stupid. But
yeah, you didn't have the cane, so you were like, it could be in here. It could easily be in here. So, yeah. Also, how do you plan for a vanilla key on Laser Bridge? You don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably had a moment when you got that Skullwoods big key. You're like, no, please don't. Why? And then walk down on the 4th one to get a key, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
I was pretty sure, I had a strong feeling going into Turtle Rock the second time that I was going to have to triple dip it.
Which, it's possible. Could have happened. But, anywho, GG's to both you guys for putting out a great race. Thank you again for letting us commentate. It was a lot of fun, and for kicking off the week with our first 4-0 race. I look forward to watching both you guys in the Keysanity tiebreaker as well as in the bracket stages. You guys have any last comments about the seed overall or just in general?
I wish I had made mistakes like that on a seed where we didn't get the Ganon's Tower big key so early.
Yeah, that was a very early GT big key for you both. I think you both had it in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a library.
Yep.
Safod, any final thoughts on the seed?
Not really.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us here over on Speed Gaming 2. We do have plenty more Keysanity action coming up for you guys tomorrow. The first of which, we do have a doubleheader, a quad race at 3 p.m. Eastern. Zertnol versus Tear and Caladrius versus F. Coughlin. That is a 3-1 race. So the winners of those will be making it into the tiebreaker race. So we will be seeing you guys over there, over on Speed Gaming at 3 p.m. Stay tuned. Should be fun. Once again, thank you to our tracker tonight, Cyclone, for knocking things out, and of course for all the fine folks over at Speed Gaming, including Feasel, Mythical, for running the restream. But thank you guys all for watching. Of course, thank you to my co-commentator, Brewers fan, JP. It's a pleasure.
A pleasure working with you. Always fun when I see that I get paired up with you for a commentary.
It was a good time. And of course, GG's, and thank you to both of our runners for having some fun. Keysanity. Woo. See you guys next time. Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.